Giants and the Dallas Cowboys. Who will punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round? We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 20. Yard line. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Detroit! Detroit! Gone! 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 Gone!
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. He'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Drops it underneath to Elliott. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. first down carry by Elliott. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. Tackled that time by Sidney Jones.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Second down, Elliott spinning past him. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now flags fly in, and one of the Cowboys looked like he got going a little early. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. They go play action here on 1st down. Forced out to his left. And that's incomplete.
Well, they're slinging it. And then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
It came in hot, but overthrown, out of his reach, and incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. They'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Bass. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Thought they were going to force a 4th down. Instead, P.I. gives them the 1st.
And that's frustrating because you think you've taken them really deep into the count, haven't you? Instead, you've got to start all over. That can really, really be demoralizing.
The first opportunity in the red zone for the Cowboys. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. After the penalty, it's Elliott. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
They'll pitch it out to Elliott. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
And perhaps now close to the first points of this divisional round game, as it's 1st and goal.
Let's go! 3-19! 3-19!
Now Elliott. And that'll move him pressure as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
One man in the backfield, that's Elliott on 2nd and goal. He'll get it up the middle. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal?
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
He'll look to throw. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Michael Gallup, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Cowboys take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Well, they got the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. Finds an opening past the 40. So a decent game, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Give to Jones. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. It's a gain of 7 on the ground. 2nd down coming up.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 12. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down the score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field.
Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. It means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
And he'll use his blockers to get this up over the 20 to the 21.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end, in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
Detroit! Detroit!
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Being chased out left. That's complete to John Ross. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Well, that's good for a first down. Here's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. They'll give to Elliott. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Finding room inside the 40. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
Certainly making his presence felt in both the pass and the run game. He's having an impact.
Yeah, his first carry of the game right there. He had hurt him with his arm. Now he's showing that he can shuffle the puppies as well.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Two minutes to go here in the first half. Back with more NFC playoff action after this. They'll look to throw here on first down. Flush to his right. Oh, nearly a disaster there on the check down. But they'll get it back.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw again. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. In for the score. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. Now Bailey to tack on the extra point. That's one of those touchdown tosses where if it's an inch to the right or left, it's not a touchdown. He had to put it right on the money.
Yeah, and how did he do that? Everything around him, everything swirling, all the coverage downfield. Somehow he spotted the opening and put it right there.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And the Giants ready to come out now. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Tackle made there by Chidobe Awuzie.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Flex round! Flex round! Ohio! Ohio!
Lee now on 2nd down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. It's caught inside the 25. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. A big play there. 70 yards. And the Giants strike quickly here for 6 points. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over. This game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, no, it's a touchdown. It's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Dancing to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep. And this will be caught at the 30. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. Back in the first quarter, you said it, they need to avoid the big play, but he just got a big one right there.
You can't relax. You know, we talked about in the first quarter, but as the game progresses, still opportunities, and he took advantage of one there.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. 23 yards on the play. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. To throw here. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Extra point up and good by Bailey. And it's now 21-7. That's fielded in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a first down carry by Jones. Space to maneuver at the 40. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards. It moves the sticks.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Lee looking to throw on first down. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. And before the second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. Throwing here, Lee. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for third and long. Lee out of the gun. To Shepard, complete over the middle. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on fourth down. Now Lee, a final shot before break. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And this defense will take over right at midfield. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. 10th carry now for Elliott. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And Bailey able to knock it through. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC.
So he comes out of nowhere. He's got this handlebar mustache, greasy hair. And he says, would you rather eat a jar of mayonnaise or 3 sticks of butter? And I look, well, all right, never mind. Third quarter action now.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But you're going to do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. On first down, Lee to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days. Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
53 flight. Check. 53 flight.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to find Gallup here complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it, because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic and people wanting to put a little contact on him. Really well done.
Four down. Check. 4 down.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So 5 yards there as one of the big guys up front moved.
And in a 4-3 front, you've got the 2 defensive tackles right near the football. I know there's a lot of movement around there, but they're always taught to have one eye on the football. Apparently, that didn't happen.
Watch the eye. Check 52.
Detroit!
58 flight.
Watch him now, Barney!
Now a play fake here on first down. They'll roll him out right. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Set! Green 39! Green 39!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
All right, here we go. 319! 319!
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So that last penalty making this third down much more manageable. Third down, 4 yards to go.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90. Detroit. Detroit. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Hut. Hut.
They'll drop the throw. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first. But at least it's fourth down. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on fourth down.
Detroit. Detroit.
We got three, fellas. We got three. 53.
Hut.
They'll look to throw here. And that is going to be incomplete. The Cowboys here unable to convert on fourth down. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. And New York set to take the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
On 2nd down, Lee escaping the pressure right. And his pass incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Sterling Shepard. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Flex round. Flex round. Ohio. Ohio. Hut.
To throw on 3rd down, Lee. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And it'll be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
And out now come the Cowboys. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you think you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Now back to throw. He's going to air one out. And got his man complete. And that one results in 35 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. The give is to Elliott. And he'll go down at the 28. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Now here on EA Sports. And with the play clock reading 4, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
Detroit! Detroit!
4 down.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage, or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that support?
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. The play fake. Here's Lee. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Third down. Lee. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Flex round! Flex round!
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Over the middle, complete. It's Black. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round!
From the shotgun, here's Lee. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down.
To throw is Lee, operating from the gun. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw. Unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
The Giants on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 17.
Lee now. From the gun, he'll throw. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Montgomery. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll be 4th down.
You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Lee on 1st and 10. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. This quarterback now just 6 of 15 through the air. Not good, but 1st and 10 here. Here's Lee to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch. Is the arm there, the leg's still there? This has been a tough game. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Ohio! Ohio! Flex round! Flex round!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Here's Lee from the gun on 3rd down. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. In for the score. And the Giants are able to draw a bit closer.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed. But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right. And if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. And now the Giants, they get the officials' attention and take another timeout. As they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
We got 3, fellas, we got 3.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39.
The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team. As it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field.
They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
Ohio! Ohio!
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
The Cowboys on their way to victory as they take a knee. They go down to a knee, and with that, they're off to the NFC title game. And looking at it from the perspective of the losing side here in this divisional round, it all ends so abruptly, doesn't it? A few hours ago, you've got all this hope and anticipation of maybe a deep run, and now you're out of it.
Well, let's applaud the team that won, and rightly so. They're moving on. They still have a chance to get to the big game.